Cancer is another deadly disease which has affected mankind in the last 2 decades. Cancer word, it is an umbrella for more than 100 diseases. So when we say cancer, it is signifying a group of 100 plus diseases. To understand what is cancer and how cancer is caused, let us go back to cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. The human body is made up of over a trillion cells, and every day millions of cells die when the cells are old or they are beyond repair. They naturally die in an event called as apoptosis or programmed cell death. In the case of cancer, what happens is cells, they are not under the control of the regulated mechanism. There is a mechanism in place wherein old cells die and new cells take their place. In the case of cancer, what happens is the regulator mechanism is lost. Therefore, what happens is cells, they continue to divide and grow. So cells do not die, they keep on dividing, they continue to divide. This is because the cell cycle regulator mechanism has failed, maybe mostly because of a certain change in the gene is responsible for this loss of regulation. So cells keep on dividing and growing in size. That is point number 1, because of which they form a group of cells which is called as a tumor. So cancer is nothing but cells which have lost the control of division. They keep on dividing, producing a tumor. Tumors are of 2 types. We have benign tumor and we have malignant tumor. Benign tumor, it stays where it originated. For example, let us say breast cancer. In breast cancer, tumor is formed in the breast. So if it is a benign tumor, it will stay at the place of origin. So it does not spread to a new location. Therefore, it is not so dangerous. Whereas malignant tumor, the malignant tumor is the dangerous one. It contains group of cells called as neoplastic cells or malignant cells. These neoplastic cells, they continue to divide more and more, and some of the cells, they get detached and these cells get into the bloodstream or into the lymphatic system, from where they can affect other organs. So that is what makes malignant tumor so dangerous. So for example, let us say certain neoplastic cells from the breast tumor, they have dislodged, get into the bloodstream and they go to the lung and they can cause a cancer or tumor over there. In that case, it is not called as lung tumor, but it is called as metastatic breast tumor. So this ability, malignant tumor, to cause a tumor in another part of the body is what is called as metastasis. Meta means many, stasis means place. So in different places of the body, malignant tumor can create a new tumor which is dangerous. So malignant tumor is clearly the dangerous tumor. There are hundreds of different types of tumors in the body. We can generally classify them into leukemia, lymphoma, sarcoma and myeloma. These are the four general types of tumors. So that is about malignant tumor. And what makes cancerous cells different from a normal cell is that they have lost the property of contact inhibition. This is another reason for the formation of tumor. Contact inhibition, that is, in a normal cell, when a cell starts growing in size and as soon as it touches a neighboring cell, it will stop its growth. It will not grow any further. But in cancerous cells, they have lost the property of contact inhibition. Contact, when they touch, growth is inhibited. But in cancerous cell, the property of contact inhibition is lost. Therefore, cells continue to grow and divide, forming a mass of cells called as tumor. So that is how cancerous cells are different from normal cells. Normal cells, they naturally die, whereas cancer cells, they do not die. That is why they continue to divide. What are the causes of cancer? What causes cancer? Now, more often than not, there is always a change in the gene due to a mutation which will start this process of uncontrolled division. So, the agents which are responsible for causing cancer are called as carcinogens. So, cancer causing. So, carcinogens are the ones that are responsible for causing cancer. These agents could be studied under three broad heads: physical carcinogens, physical agents, chemical agents, and biological agents. All these are capable of causing cancer. Physical agents, as in the case of radiations, every day the human body is exposed to various radiations. Radiations such as X-rays and gamma rays. So gamma rays, these can cause a change in the gene resulting in cancer, or it also could be because of non-ionizing radiations such as ultraviolet rays. These are ionizing radiations which are much more dangerous. So when the body is exposed to X-rays, gamma rays and UV rays, these can cause or act as carcinogens causing cancer. Chemical agents may be some of the chemicals present in tobacco smoke. So when the body is exposed to tobacco smoke, there are hundreds of different chemicals present in that which can cause cancer. Biological agents, viruses called as oncogenic viruses. These are known to cause cancer. Oncogenic, the study of cancer is called as oncology. So oncos means cancer. Oncogenic viruses, when they enter into a human body, in the human body there are inactive forms of cancer genes called as proto-oncogenes. So proto means these are in the inactive form. There are genes which are responsible for cancer, but let us say their switch is shut off. It is in the off stage. When the virus enters into the body, the switch is turned on and these proto-oncogenes, they become oncogenes resulting in cancer. So these are the three causes by which cancer is caused: physical agents, chemical agents and biological agents called as carcinogens. So how does one know whether they have cancer or not? More often than not, cancer symptoms, they arrive very late. So detection usually takes place very late. Early detection plays a very key role in treating cancer in the further stages, but symptoms are late. So how to detect? Usually what happens is person goes to doctor for some other reason, and while performing tests and diagnosis, cancer is detected and diagnosed. So person does not know that he or she has cancer. So that is one of the issues, early detection. Once it is detected early, then it can be cured also. So the different detection techniques, we have biopsy, that is the tumor tissue, it is taken, section of it is taken and it is observed under microscope using specialized staining. So biopsy, that is histopathological studies can help in definite detection of cancer. So this is the best way of detection of cancer. Take a tumor tissue, cut sections of it and study it under microscope. If not, other techniques such as scanning are helpful. So in scanning we have radiography. This technique is helpful where X-rays are used for checking for tumor tissue in the body. Also CT scan, computed tomography is used wherein we get a three-dimensional picture of the tumor inside the body. Also MRI scanning can be done where non-ionizing radiations are used for detecting cancer. In CT scan, X-rays are used and using computer software a three-dimensional image is formed, accurately pinpointing the shape and location of the tumor. In MRI scanning, non-ionizing radiations, a magnetic resonance field is set up. The patient is taken in that field and it will provide once again 3D images. So radiography, CT scan and MRI scans will help in detecting the exact location of cancer. Especially it is used for cancer of internal organs, lung cancer, liver cancer, stomach cancer, etc. Also certain antibodies which are specific to cancer antigens can be used to check. For example, these cancerous cells, they produce certain chemical molecules. These are nothing but antigens. So we can target these antigens with the help of certain antibodies. So if these antigens are present in the body, the antibodies will go and lock onto these antigens and it will give you a signal. So this means that cancer is present. If signal is absent, it shows that cancer antigens are not present at that particular time of diagnosis. So cancer is ruled out. So antibodies can also be used, and certain techniques of molecular biology can also be used to detect the oncogenes. So a genetic mapping can be done, which is very less expensive these days. A genetic mapping of the entire human body, it would cost somewhere between 30 to 40,000 rupees, provided by different companies. So this will map all the different genes, and they will also tell, as in whether a particular person is susceptible to a particular disease or not. So when we map the genes, it can also map for oncogenes, whether person is likely to get cancer in the future or not. So if yes, then these people can avoid exposing themselves to these carcinogens, maybe to cigarette smoke or to radiations, etc. So these are the different detection and diagnostic techniques available for cancer. Finally, let us talk about the cure. What are the different techniques available to cure and treat cancer? In general, there are 4 different ways of treating cancer. Primarily, we have radiotherapy. So this is the first line of treatment. When a person is diagnosed with a tumor, could be benign tumor or malignant tumor, so radiation therapy is given. So certain lethal rays, it could be gamma rays or it could be lasers, can be used to detect and destroy the cancer cells. Of course, it will damage a few normal cells also. So that is radiotherapy. Then along with radiotherapy, if the cancer is severe, they also suggest chemotherapy, wherein different drugs are given to the person. There are various side effects of chemotherapy. There is hair loss and weight loss, anemia. These are the common symptoms of chemotherapy. Person will lose hair, weight loss is seen, anemia is seen, loss of appetite. All these are the symptoms of chemotherapy. Of course, once chemotherapy is successful and the tumor is completely gone, the hair will come back. Surgical method. So surgery is another option. So in the case of a benign tumor, the tumor can be surgically removed from the particular location. That is there. And also there is immunotherapy. In the case of cancer, like viruses, cancer cells, the neoplastic cells, they have found a way to avoid the immune system. So the neoplastic cells, they avoid the immune system. Therefore, the immune system cannot destroy these cancer cells. Somehow they avoid detection and destruction by immune system. So what can be done in immunotherapy is, such patients, they are given alpha interferons, which is a type of protein, interferon proteins. It will activate the immune system when the immune system is activated, it will detect these cancer cells and it will help in better treatment of cancer. So alpha interferon therapy, which comes under immunotherapy, is also known to be useful in treating cancer. So that is all about what is cancer, how cancer is caused, the different methods available for early detection and diagnosis of cancer, and finally the different treatment options available for a cancer patient. In the next session, we will be discussing about immunity, the body's natural mechanism of detecting and protecting the body from disease causing organisms. Thank you.